Good evening. We've got hopefully a short agenda, not many items on it. Let's start with the minutes. Who's taking over for Rick tonight?
I will. I read the minutes and make a motion, we approve them.
All right, very good. Seconded?
Second.
Very good. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any dissents? That carries.
There's-
Do we have any unfinished business or anything to discuss past that?
Nope.
I'm still waiting on that. There it is. All right. First item on the agenda is 12/01/21, Graph Create Signs, Warsaw.
Raycraft.
Becca, would you like to read the facts?
Yep. The petitioner has requested a variance from development standards for a 64 square foot sign allowance and an increased height standard to 18.5 feet within a C4 central business district. Currently, the municipal code limits sign heights to 8 feet and sign faces to 32 square feet per zoned lot. The petitioner wishes to repaint the old sign structure, which is 26.5 feet tall, and install 2 internally illuminated signage cabinets 18.5 feet from the ground. As seen in the first attachment, the cabinets are each 8 by 4 feet in area. Since the building has 2 tenants, each tenant would be allowed to have the 32 square feet sign allotment if this variance is approved. The surrounding properties include parking lots, a railroad, and other commercial buildings. Based on the information provided and the findings of fact, it is the Planning Department's recommendation that the board could provide approval for the requested variance from development standards. However, opinions from neighbors should be weighted heavily. At this time, could the petitioner please provide a brief description about how the strict application of the zoning ordinance would result in practical difficulties?
Yes, sir. It's a little out of protocol, but that's what we're going for. So go ahead.
Good evening. My name is Scott Gray with Graycraft Signs of Warsaw. I am representing the R Group at 220 South Buffalo Street.
Thank you, sir.
It's the old Owens and Company building, and we put that structure up probably, I think, in 1998, full structure. And the reason it was so high back then was the building actually, on the north side, it limits the first 16 feet of the sign structure. So on the south, on the northbound traffic, you're not able to see the signs at all unless they're at least over the height of the building. So, back in the day, we had the address up top, and then we had 2 4-foot by 5-foot signs on there. That was back when there was 2 businesses in the Owens and Company building. So now the R Group bought the building, I guess, and they're going to have 2 businesses in there as well. So what we're asking to do is leave the sign structure, or the structure itself, the same size that it is now. But what we'd like to do is put 2 4x8 cabinets on the sign structure. I don't know, do you guys have drawings? Are you guys?
I do.
Okay. So we're looking to put 2 sign structures up there, 2 lighted cabinet signs. And what they would be is they'd be internally illuminated with LEDs. They'll be pushed through acrylic letters. So the background won't light up. It'll just be the letters that will light up. So it's not going to be intrusive to anybody as far as light or anything like that. And the reason that we need to go so high was because we have to be up at least over the roof of the building. That's why we need to go to that height. And then the reason we need that amount of square footage on the signs is because the higher you go with signs, the bigger the lettering has to be visible from the road. So what we're going to do is upgrade that. It's going to look far better than what it looks now or has looked in some
Will
years.
you be able to see the lighted sign from the south as you're coming north?
You will if we put it the way we have it designed. So what we did, do you have this picture?
I have the drawing, yeah.
Okay. So they're up high enough that they're over the building, and so the northbound traffic will be able to read them. So if we do it the way we have it designed, north and southbound traffic should be able to read them perfectly.
So what will you have to do, like sandwich it with 2?
Yeah, so what we'll do, there'll be 2 cabinets
Okay.
back to back.
Back to back, yeah.
And then they'll have a surround around it, so it'll look like one cabinet. on
That
there.
makes sense.
It'll look very nice.
Wow.
You sure? I assume there was a mailing.
Yes.
Any reactions,
Any
pro or con?
objections from anybody in the neighborhood?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Nothing. Okay.
And the mailing didn't have anything come back as well? All right, very good. Any further questions for the petitioner? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak in favor? Anyone in opposition? Closed to the public. Thank you. Any other further discussion or concerns?
Not really.
Motion time.
I'll make a motion that we approve 2021-1201.
So motion?
I'll
Seconded?
second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone in opposition? That carries unanimously. Next item on the agenda is 12/02/2021. Petitioner is Michael Summers, Armstrong Road, 1501. Becca, would you give us the facts, please?
Yeah. The petitioner is requesting a variance from development standards to allow a building height of 45 feet as opposed to the maximum 35 feet. This variance would allow for new equipment to be installed for the milling, mixing, and extrusion process for powder coatings. The lot is surrounded by other industrially zoned lots and is within a quarter-mile from an existing water tower. Based on the information provided and the findings of fact, it is the recommendation of the Planning Department that the board provide a positive approval for the requested variance from development standards.
All right, thank you. Any questions before we open it up to the public, which isn't here? Are we allowing any phone-ins?
We didn't do that.
That's fine, just checking.
There's a big water tower behind it.
And there was a mailing on this, I assume?
Yep.
Any negative comments?
Nope.
Okay. Gentlemen?
I wish we could see a sketch of this building.
I think we could probably come up with one. Are you still shaking your head over there?
No, it's not necessary for the variance.
Isn't?
It was a 10-foot deviation,
Yes.
so it probably wouldn't be noticeable to most of them.
Why is that coming into play that it's a deviation of 10 feet? Is there something about that area that isn't coming to light?
No, I think it's just what we had written in our zoning ordinance. Each zoning district has a height requirement. Residential zoning districts are the same, and if they have larger equipment that they need to operate and do industrial processes, then the need for the variance arises. So we don't see it being harmful.
Is there other buildings in that same zoning area that are at least that tall or taller?
Not very many, just because of those height restrictions.
Where does Zimmer fall in there?
Did you look at any of those other
I did
buildings?
not, no.
So there's not many, but it's not gonna look out of place substantially.
Right.
It's not gonna look like a skyscraper.
I was just curious,
Yeah.
the same question that Tom had was, what was the reasoning?
Why did we have that?
Why was there a 32-foot or 35-foot?
Yeah, some of those,
Minimum.
some of those height restrictions are a little antiquated. We could look at reconfiguring that
And
ordinance.
I don't think we've had anybody appeal this before for this specific area, have they? I don't recall
Not that I'm
that.
aware of.
It's in the industrial park now.
Yeah.
45 feet is up there, but it's not as tall as a water tower.
Yeah.
And the water tower's to the south of it.
Well, as long as airplanes don't hit it.
Yeah, there you go.
I think water towers have to be taller than any other building,
Yes.
just to get the water up to
Yes.
the top floor.
To the big pump.
All right, gentlemen, with that, we'll close that to the public. I'm sorry, there's nobody here to pro or con, that's why I asked about the phone. So we'll close that. Any other discussions or comments? It's that time again, just about New Year's.
I'll make a motion, we approve it.
Thank you, sir.
Second.
And seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone in opposition? That should cover it. Thank you very much. That passes unanimously. Other matters?
None.
Very good. Last motion of the year.
I will make a motion that we adjourn.
What a fantastic idea. For the year.
For the year.
We're going
The
to
whole
adjourn
year.
for
The whole year. I'll second that.
Yeah, as long as nobody contacts us, we'll be fine, right? Motion to adjourn has been seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone in opposition to that? We're adjourned for the year.
Scott likes that.
Thank you for coming, Scott.
28.
Armstrong Road, what business is that?
That's the industrial park, Bob's.
It is,
Axo Noble.
See, Armstrong Road, I always think Williamsburg, that's
Yeah, it's funny.
Oh,
I
yeah, no, this is in the
gravitate to
industrial
that as
park.
well.
in the bottom.
Today is the 28th, right?
Yes, sir.
where's your answer?
Of 2021, by the way. Don't forget